if you are running a B2B medical company, meaning you are doing med billing, if you are doing home health, if you are doing any type of RF microneedling or selling to clinics, here is exactly the system I would use. My name is Samir, and if you don't know me, I work with medical businesses with healthcare management. So I do medical billing, I've done MedSpas, clinics, whatnot, and we are focused on how to grow them, and we have been doing it for the last 5 years. And yeah, it's been working great. We have multiple clients, and you can Google us. Our company is Vidcorsely LLC, which is somewhere here. Here it is. Here's us and our system. Now, I'm going to start with the things that I would do differently for a med billing company or home health. Your sales cycles are a lot longer than everybody else. And again, this is coming from somebody who has worked with companies that are 20 to 30 years old. So I kind of know what is important. So you can run ads, and if you want to know a little bit more about how to run ads, you can check out some of the other videos. But this is kind of what I would suggest, where I would start with. And the first thing is, I would start by scraping leads, right? So you need leads. Now you can use Google, or you can use multiple different lead scrapers. There's a lot available, like Apollo, AI, there's Instantly, whatever. You can find places like ListKit. You can find a bunch of leads, okay? Which is, it's not hard. That's not the hard part. But a lot of people fail on what they should be doing with the leads. So let's just say you go to Google, you find a bunch of people who are interested. What I would do is I would write a 7 script cold email, anywhere from 3 minimum all the way to 7. What I would do is you could put it in ChatGPT, you can do whatever, but I would keep it simple, to the point, and also why it's relevant. For example, if you're med billing, a lot of companies will come in and they will offer a 3% versus the 5 to 7% you are charging if you are in the United States. One of the problems with that is they will encounter a lot of problems, more denials, a lot of claims don't get done, and they could have problems with credentialing. So the way you can win is you can say that you have all this experience and that you make sure that their rate goes up. You can, make sure they make more money, and you can make sure that they are, that you actually have a team in place that will do everything correctly. So, for example, and I would put that in a few emails. I would A/B test those to see what's working and what's not. And if you don't know how to set up a cold email sequence, I might do it in a webinar in some time in the future. But essentially, you want to be sending anywhere from at least, bare minimum, at least 150 emails a day to, I've known people who've sent about 25,000 a week, which is possible if you set up the right cold email sequence. But I would not do that before testing at least 3,000 to 5,000 emails a month, at least. Once you know it works, then I would push more and more and more. So again, 6,000 to 10,000 a month would be great if you can, once you set up a cold email sequence, which again, you can use YouTube to figure that out, or I can show you exactly how to do it. Once that happens, what you want to do is that's how you book an appointment. That's one of the ways you book an appointment, which is using your leads and writing an email sequence and just sending them out. The second way is you want to get an appointment setter, and you want to make sure that they, like, you can't do it if you're home health, obviously, but I would definitely get an appointment setter if you have like RF microneedling and whatnot, and have them send at least 30 text messages a day, right, to book an appointment. Now, another thing you could do with this is you can have a cold caller write scripts. Now, you can find these on like various platforms like Facebook, Fiverr, Upwork, whatever. But you want to make sure that they're qualified. It's taken us a long time to find people, but I've found really good cold callers, which do the job very well. So we write the scripts for them, but they're natural salespeople, and we train them on the script. Sometimes the best ones don't even need it. We A/B test some lead magnets or freebies. A lot of times people do audits or giveaways, and nobody really wants that. But you just have to find somebody at the right time and just book a call and tell them how you're better. That's it. So again, we probably would make a presentation. A lot of times people ask for, send us an email, tell us what you do, what's the price, send us an email. So we'll make like a quick landing page done that for like an RF microneedling client, where we've made like a landing page for them, and a few other clients, med billing clients, whatever. Then they book an appointment. And again, you want to confirm the appointment. Typically, if you have a calendar, I would do that. I prefer phone calls more than anything else. And of course, if you're home health or any other agency, what I would, not agency, any like a B2B medical company, I would definitely optimize your website, make sure everything works, make sure you have some SEO, which goes into content, which we'll talk about in a second. Just basically test what works, like do like a monthly content posting, post a bunch of content on social media, and that's right here. So I would, and I tell the clients, the clinics, to do this as well. Make content, like make one piece of giant content, like this video, for example, turn it into short form content, turn it into LinkedIn post, X post, Twitter, whatever. And then I would also test some content. I would do 3 types of things. For you guys, I would do some trends, I would do informational, and then I would do client testimonials. Then have like a comment word go, for example. Say that at the end, which you can do right now for us. If you want to work, if you want me to do this entire thing for you, you can comment and go right now. And then they'll put in some automation, like typically on Instagram, you can use like many chats or whatnot. And then they'll get an automatic response to book a call. Now, you guys can run certain, like for example, med billing. Home health obviously can't, but you can run ads. And if you're running paid ads, I would send them to a VSL funnel, very simple, with a video, wire different, opt in, and then I would have a cold caller or somebody book or an SMS reminder that they booked the call. And I would try to touch on that platform, touch on the appointment in every platform. Like if they gave an email, a phone number, whatever, make it easy for them to do that, and then they can become a successful client, and then you can go from there. But essentially, you need all these things in place, right? And if you are interested in having all this put in place for you, like the emails, the cold caller, the appointment setter, the SEO, the content, and everything done for you, we charge about the same as if you were hiring like an office manager or a minimum wage employee currently. But this will definitely go up. So comment the word go, and I hope that this helped.